Hello, Hellforge. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Good afternoon. Good night, but I'm not saying goodbye. Let's see. So right now, I did change some settings on my stream, so we'll see how this goes. I did look at several videos on how to improve your performance. But with that said, I'm in ZBrush right now. I might jump quickly after in a bit to continue working on the pistol. But for now, I am starting to think about what creature I'm going to be working on for today. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at a really old model that I worked on a couple months or a couple years ago, and it's a fawn. And so I'm thinking of recreating it. I did it in 2014, so I kind of want to see how much I have improved, so I'll just make a new a new version of it. So I'm trying to bring this up. I'm trying to prop my creature up, but the lag is seems like it's still in here. Let's see. Try to move this here. It also doesn't help that this is a very dense sculpture. How's it going on your end, Health Forge? Let's change this to this one. Let's see. So this one has, let's see how many polygons this one has. I was trying to look for the reference that I worked with, but I think I just kind of browsed through Google and I kept the browser open and I was just looking at reference from there. I don't think I actually saved anything. But I know actually what I was like. I know the inspiration from for this one. This was inspired, or I drew a lot of inspiration from the Labyrinth fawn. If if anybody hasn't watched that movie, I highly recommend it. It's such a good movie. And there's a lot of it's very fantasy, but it's also very grounded and it takes place during right in the middle of a revolution. Forgot what country it takes place in, but it's directed by Guillermo del Toro and Todd Jones. Is it Todd Jones? Um, Ed Jones. He's the one that is the basically he's a creature actor and he dresses up in all these different creatures and everybody's seen him. He's played the was it Abraham the aquatic fish guy in Hellboy, and he's played all the characters in Pan's Labyrinth. So he played the fawn and he played the guy with the eyes on his hands. So that was a big inspiration for this, as well as just realistic um, goats for the eyes. I was looking at the eyes and the horns. Yeah, I hope it works a little better. Because I did go through I went through like 3 or 4 videos fully on what they chose, like what settings they streamed with for their OBS, and this is what I got. I also couldn't find much of anything for like specific for ZBrush when you're streaming. So I had to just try to find like what's the best one for Mac 2018, and these settings what I found. Overall, all right, overall, just having one of those days. Uh, yeah. Well, one thing about digital work, I guess you can. I was gonna say it depends. Let's say you just could just have your whole setup in your bed, but uh, I don't know. I've never done that. I would have like you could bring your computer into bed, just work on your stuff from there. Uh, but no, I think it's good to sometimes just get up and stretch. But I totally have those days too. Let's see. All right. So I think what I might end up doing is um I'm gonna close this out. So I just wanted to take a look at this. I have some pictures that I can place from this one. I'll place it next to while I'm working on the new fawn. So I'll try to do that later today. I'm gonna jump to the weapon and then we'll come back to this. Okay. So we're just gonna bring up Substance Painter. And just this week, I was on Enter the Gamer actual podcast with Austin. So anybody that's interested in like game news and just, I guess I talked a lot about myself, but it was a lot. It was just a lot of fun just chatting, and they have a Twitch where you can see all the videos, and usually they're a game podcast, so you can take a look at Enter the Gamer Actual, twitch.tv/ Enter the Gamer Actual. Um, I'll post it in the chat for anybody that's interested. Yeah, pretty good. So far, I'm having a good day. I'm really tired. I went out for a little bit and I think I'm done. But speaking of, yeah, like I wanted to take a nap. I realized if I if I um if I kind of encourage, or not encourage, but I just if I go and take a nap, then it's going to be harder to get up. So I haven't taken. I think my first nap in months. I just did the other day, and it felt really nice. So we're gonna wait for that to load. Okay, I'm gonna grab some of my reference. Okay. So I think, let's see. I think what I want to do is I want to try to get as close to this reference. So anything that I'm missing, I'm just gonna go out and try to get all those details. So that includes like the dirt and uh, and then there's other things like polishing, getting the letters on the gun need to be fixed in Photoshop, but that's something that I could do later. At least I have it. Okay. Put away my tablet pen. Okay, cool. So now I can move things around. Yay! Substance Painter seems to give me the least, surprisingly, the least amount of trouble compared to all the other softwares that I work with, which is really strange. I don't think that's normal. Okay, so let's see what we need to do here. I think there's a lag, but I'm shaking my head because I just saw Hellforge's most recent comment about the computer. Okay. So I have some. I got the markings, I got the holes. I had this detail folder. I don't remember what I had. Oh, yeah, so I want to make variants of this weapon, and one of them is a Purple Heart variant where it has um like a cool pin that's right, like an emblem that's right on the wood. Let's see. And of course, I made this layer a long time ago, before like when it was an old model. So I don't even think I did do some like strokes, paint strokes. That was gonna work. No, I don't think I have anything here. But we can actually see if I'm gonna remove those. If I add a paint layer here, and then we can see what type of material this is. Oh, there we go. So it's a very nice shiny purple. If we go to height, we could turn off the linear dodge. There we go. I'll remove that wood grain or that wood knurling pattern. There we go. Where'd my... Huh. How did that get over there? Okay. How does this streaming quality sound? Is it better? Does it look better? Does it feel like it's lagging? According to my stream manager, it says that it's excellent, which is different. Usually it's always like unstable. So hopefully that means something. So yeah, I made this. It actually looks pretty good. It kind of looks sparkly. Looks like a sparkly material, which is what I really wanted. I think I broke the normal map is what happened. Yeah. Yeah, I added noise to the normal map. And what I want to do, oh, oops, nope, I don't want to do that. Shift Command Z. What I want to do is add little like purple heart symbol. And I'll probably hand paint it actually. That's something I wouldn't mind doing. So I can look up, I'm just gonna look up purple heart real quick. Or I was actually thinking maybe something different. Maybe it was a purple heart, or I was gonna do a tunnel rat logo. If anybody doesn't know what tunnel rat is, look it up. These are volunteer soldiers during Vietnam who would go into tunnels um, to find the enemy, and on the other side they would have someone do the same thing. And these tunnels were built by man, and so they needed people to go in to see if there are resources, just get information to see what was in those tunnels and if there was something on the other side. So Tunnel Rat has their own logo. Actually, I'm sharing the screen, so I can actually just bring bring this over. This is cool. Normally, I don't share the screen. Usually, I just share the whole window or just the window. But it might be a good idea um, to just share it. And also, I think it's less on the stream itself. Having to calculate the window, you just calculate the whole display. So this is a purple heart, and then see, this is the tunnel rat, and you had to be brave enough to go into the tunnels. It's pitch black, and some of them, if you're claustrophobic, I mean, these tunnels are enough that your shoulders would scrape the sides of them as you're walking. And if you see the hole they have to go into to get under the ground. These are tunnels under the ground, by the way. So if you notice, the pistol that he's holding is an M1911A1, and that's why I chose this weapon. It's a very common weapon for them, and just during that war. So if I type in Tunnel Rat logo or badge, I guess. And I can still make it shiny too. With this, I'll probably bring it into Substance Painter. So it'll work about until 3:30 or 4 for the weapon. We'll see how much I can get done by then. So far, it seems like it's been pretty smooth, at least for Substance. To go back to this. Yeah, it should be a fun listen for sure. And Austin, who interviewed me, had some good questions. So I think it was about a little over an hour. And then we talked a little bit about like just game news at the end. And then the week before, he had a couple veterans, military veterans, and one of them was um, he works at a company that called 76 Operators, uh, who they're I know they work with Games to Grunts, which is a an organization that provides care packages, but games in the form of care packages for veterans and soldiers overseas. So that's really cool. And then I think there's another one where one of them was playing a horror game. So I don't follow a lot of channels on Twitch that play games. Um, but I do have a few of them, and sometimes it's really fun to watch people play. But then I instantly want to start playing. So I'm trying to see because these are all pins with some reflection, and this one's cool, but the line work it looks like it's hand drawn. So I mean I could do it. I'm gonna grab this patch and then I'll fix it up. So copy it. Yeah, me too. Thanks. No, you don't sound selfish at all. This is like the new way of hanging out with people in 2020. And I have to I have to join another one of your streams. The last one I joined was really fun. And you stayed late, which is gnarly. I think you stayed quite a few hours from my stream, and then you went and did quite a few hours for your stream. So of course the one image that I like, it doesn't let me. Okay, now I think it's gonna let me. There we go. Okay, where's. All right. So let's see. We'll remove those details for now, and then markings. That makes sense. Wood. Okay, that's loading up. 1 second. Gotta get my eyes a little less dry. All right, I'm trying to see what this layer is. Steel gun matte. Did it load to anything? Oh, okay. All right, let's see the other reference that I have. Ah, okay. I'm gonna add some height detail to what's going on to this side. I forgot. up here. No, don't get stuck. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna create a little fill, and I'm gonna get that little piece. Huh, actually I might be able to do something else, but I can take the little screw that I have and okay, and mirror that, but do I want to do that? Let's see. Hmm. I also kind of like that that's a darker metal. It's kind of nice. Do I have those? Oh, I don't have that. Okay. Well, I have this one, the denim rivets. If anything, I'll just create my own little rivet thing. Um, let's go to tools. Hey, AJ, East Coast. How are you doing? Good, good to see you here. Only 15 to 20 minutes. I know for me, that doesn't happen. The 15 and 20-minute nap turns into something way more. I'll be up in 5 hours later. Let's see. Yeah, Austin, currently working on a M1911 weapon and trying to figure out what details need to be added. I need to add a little bolt, but I work with different computers that have different assets and stuff. So normally I have something that's already ready, but I think I have to make a new. I have to make one by hand, which is fine. How are you doing today? And yeah, I was interviewed by AJ East Coast, so follow him for all game-related activity. Mm, with color selection. Ah, I'm overthinking this. Could go to alphas, and then I just need that little tiny. It's a little tiny bolt in there. Oh, look at there's already something like that already. I know they have a bunch here. Okay, we're gonna turn the color on. Bring the height up a little. No, never mind. That's not what I wanted. Where is the circle? Just need a circle. I actually love looking through all of these to see what I can use them for later on. So that's also what I'm doing now. I can get slightly distracted. Okay, let's keep that. Sometimes I have to remember to turn on that little scale lock because you can hold down shift, but keep that scale lock. Oh, never mind. I guess it breaks it. I know in Photoshop, once you have that lock on, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the scale, but apparently it does. You always have to hold down shift. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Oops, sorry. Okay. I wonder if this is gonna change anything, but I think I like this one better. Realized. I don't know if that's gonna change. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now you'll see why I chose this one. Never mind. I was thinking it has that double line. Oh yeah. Okay, so I have to bring the height down. I noticed that 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 nail or that screw that's in there, it's flush with that piece, so there it doesn't actually stick above the surface. Circle in border width and scale. I'm at the pool. Nice. Oh yeah, I forget. You could totally use Discord on your phone. I was thinking, wait, you have your computer at the pool? Speaking of talking about where to like bring your computer, um, that's awesome. It's a good day for the pool. So what I'm gonna do is sometimes for like PBR work, you don't necessarily need any baked in shadows. But if you're in the middle of like working on details and you have a chance to add in a little shadow, then why not? So I'm just gonna put multiply, and now it looks a little better. So this is such a small detail that like if you the reason it's looking pixelated is because we're zooming up really close to it. But should be good. Should be good. And then I'll add just a little slit here. Cool. So that's pretty harsh, so we'll bring it, lighten the base color a little bit. There we go. And then we'll bring the height up just a little bit too. Sharpen. See if that does anything good. Alright, that's not too bad. I just realized too though, this is actually even smaller than how I made it. Gonna have to move that as well. That's a really small, it's a really small little screw. Oops. Okay, I'll just paint this again. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I think there's a lot of lag going on. And also it's so weird 'cause like I'm reading responses to things that I've said like 5 minutes ago. So if I take a second to respond to you, I think there's some lag, but yeah, Purple Heart gun. That's what I. It would be cool to do something like that. Do a couple variations between that one and a tunnel rat gun. Buffers a lot. That's not good. I think the last thing I have to do is probably connect, actually do a wired connection with my laptop. Even though I don't see that many people do that, but we'll see. Checked out a couple other streams right now, and yours is the only one that is periodically buffers a bit. Give me the spinny wheel. Hmm, that's weird. Yeah, thanks for the yeah, just the information. I'll continue trying to figure out what's the matter. I know I can't even see myself. I can't even see if it's going well. It looks like it's just spinning all the time. Like I get the spinny wheel and then it goes away. Or then it's frozen. My stream's been frozen. Okay, let's see. Just realized I didn't. If I wanted to paint that little piece inside, the one that Halforge said that look a little what is it, like a wrench, which it actually does. I would have to hand paint it because I'm not gonna go back into Maya to create another thing, but it's okay. Let's see what else. Okay, I forgot. So we need to make a new fill layer and bring the height up a bit. We'll keep the base color. Just leave. Okay. We'll just keep the height. Add a black mask. Da, 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 da. Okay. Saw this one, so maybe this is gonna work for what I need. It's just the little tiny circular details Hmm. I want to see if this is going to work, but I don't think this is what I'm looking for. It's not pointing out the way that I had thought it was going to. It's kind of pointy. Let's see. Balance point for. How about this? Hardness. Kind of indents it more than I need it to. So I might say no to that. Well, Austin, if you're still here, have fun at the pool. I think it's a great day for that. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain later. This one has like little flat, circular bolts. This one has a kind of rounded. Yeah, yeah, I don't want it to invert. Although I might be able to do something. Ah, that's what I was looking for. What's this one? Shape paraboloid. I think this is what I was looking for. Yeah, that's actually what I was looking for. That looks much better. Filter. Let's see. It's just a really small detail, but it might help. That's too much. I'm trying to accentuate it because there's like since it's inside, it needs to look like it. But I was thinking maybe if I did that. It's also a chance that I have to, let's see, if I duplicate this, and then bring the height in. There we go. And then turn off the border. Turn off the border. And then bring this up just a little bit. There we go. That's what I wanted. That often happen that often enough happens to me as well. I don't usually watch game streams. When I do, I normally just want to fire up the game and play if I have it. Yeah. Most of the games I play these days are just an excuse to spend time with friends. Nice. Yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. They just want to play with their friends. But that's part of it. I think that's part of the great thing about games is you can play with other people. And it's pandemic friendly. Hopefully it says it's still live, but it says video download was canceled. So hopefully everything's okay on on your end. What is this? There we go. Once you get the hang of what certain nodes do, or nodes, I'm thinking of Substance Designer, but once you get the hang of what certain utility tools do what, I'm also trying to figure out because I want to also add the little the one that's right next to it, and it has to look like the one that's modeled in, which is kind of hard to do. And this is like 1 pixel wide. Hmm. What's weird is that it influences the top. Huh. Oh, I see why. I think. There we go. Oh, that's the whole reason why I was doing that. I was wondering why whatever I did to the bottom, the layer below it, it would affect. Now it doesn't. I was wondering why that was doing that. That would make sense. There we go. I wanted this. I just didn't know how to get it. Because I didn't realize it was linear dodge. That doesn't make any sense. This is a little detail, but it does go a long way. And also I'm doing it to the other one. So if this seems like a daunting, like tedious process, it's just part of it. There we go. And then what's good about this is now I can get this paraboloid shape, and unfortunately I can't duplicate this because I would. That's the only thing I don't like about Substance. It has limitations currently, but you know what? Forget that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna actually just do a little paint mark because it's so tiny. Should be fine. Alright, I think that's good. That blur should be a little bit. Okay. And then there's also a little circle in the back where the hammer is. Should be coming up. Oh, I think we just passed it. This one right here. There's also a better image that I can get. There we go. So I chose to keep this in the texture, not in the model. Whoa, wait, you did 8 hour. You you did 8 hours 20 last night without a single break. Jeez. Didn't even get to have your tea. What tea were you getting? Oh, geez, wait, you were waiting for the water to boil. And that's good that you were able to get up to stop it. Onions are good for dry eyes. That's true. You'll get to tear up. And gloves if you have dry eyes. Wait, onions are good for dry eyes and gloves dry eyes. I was thinking I don't know if I want to put dry ice in my eyes. Okay, so I have to go down. Let's see. I'm going to do this marking here. Oh, before I get out, let me so all that work for those little details, but I think they look good. So I'm going to see how where the where this shell is placed. So I'm going to add a black mask and I'm going to add a paint stroke.